Census survey data indicates that about 17% of Black homeowners and 8% of Latino homeowners reported having missed their mortgage payment in May, compared to about only 4% of white homeowners. Adding to this hardship is the fact that Black and Latino households are much less likely than white homeowners to access foreclosure prevention measures like entering into forbearance plans, leaving minority communities out of home saving relief. The numbers are clear. Black and Latino homeowners are 4 and 2.2 times, respectively, more likely to report completely missing mortgage payments than deferring payments. White homeowners, however, are only 1.4 times more likely to miss payments than defer mortgage payments. It's clear there's a major problem with minority families accessing mortgage forbearance. So, Director Kraninger, what are you doing to address this problem and ensure that minority homeowners are taking advantage of mortgage forbearance and loan modification options?
Thank you, Senator. It's a crucial question during the times we're facing now. Two responses. One is making clear that servicers are held to the requirements under the CARES Act. We're doing that in partnership with the other federal regulators, so we send a clear message to them. We've worked on scripts so that when borrowers call them, they have the right information, clear information about their rights. The second aspect of this is, in addition to the unified housing website that we pulled together, really doing everything we can to reach consumers through consumer advocate groups and other community organizations, through their lenders. We've produced videos and blogs of what their rights are under the CARES Act and the questions that they should ask their servicers when they contact them. So really trying to provide both sides of that.
Let me just say, the CFPB released its joint supervisory statement regarding mortgage servicing rules back in April. Black and Latino homeowners have not entered into mortgage deferral programs at the same rate as white homeowners since the beginning of this pandemic. Now, this could be for myriad reasons. Perhaps their mortgage is not covered by the CARES Act, but perhaps they're not aware of their rights under the CARES Act. The fact remains that minority homeowners are missing mortgage payments at a higher rate than they are entering into forbearance, including since the time the CFPB's joint supervisory statement. As well as that, in terms of consumer education, that website's been up for months. So it's clear that your consumer education efforts are not closing the gap here to ensure all homeowners receive necessary relief. And I'd also note that you still don't encourage homeowners to file a fair lending complaint with you. People are solely sent to HUD for fair housing complaints and told to call the CFPB only if the servicer doesn't fix the problem first, which makes it seem that the CFPB doesn't want to hear about discrimination. And frankly, it doesn't inspire much confidence that you'll take a racial disparity problem seriously. So I'll ask you again, what are you going to do to make sure that Black and Hispanic homeowners don't fall into greater dire circumstances, lose their homes? Are you ready to be more proactive? Because if not, we're going to see a tsunami of foreclosures on communities that can ill afford that the one element that they have for wealth is their home.
Senator, again, I agree with you that this is a critical issue. I do want to distinguish between the Fair Housing Act and the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. We don't have jurisdiction over the Fair Housing Act. So that's the distinction we're trying to make. I welcome any of your ideas or thoughts with respect to how we can continue to be as proactive as possible in getting consumers the information they need. They have rights, they have options, and we've, again, tried to reach. We've reached over 3 million people directly, including specifically that video on CARES Act.
Evidently, you're not reaching Black and Hispanic homeowners. I can tell you that right now. One final question. A COVID-19 health crisis also created an economic crisis. Current unemployment is 11.1%, according to the Federal Reserve. Nearly 40% of households earning less than $40,000 a year had already lost at least one job by May. As indebted consumers begin to face delinquency or default, it's only a matter of time before we see financially insecure Americans suffer abuse and harassment by some debt collectors. Do you expect debt collectors to go after more Americans given the current state of affairs? And what are you going to
Ron just
hold?
left his desk.
And what are you going, if I may just finish my question, sir. And what are you going to hold them to in terms of the standard?
Mr. Chairman, I guess very quickly I can respond. Senator, it's an important question, and we are working hard to, to address the issues you raised and to see where we can go. So these are important issues, but I know I'm out of time here.
Well, it deserves a better answer than that.